Assalamu alaikum. 1 p.m. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Sumaira Kamal. The headlines first. President has urged international community to recognize India's state terrorism being perpetrated in occupied Kashmir and against its minorities. Prime Minister says anyone crossing line of control from Azad Kashmir to provide aid or support for Kashmiris' struggle will play into the hands of the Indian narrative. India has denied permission to top US Senator Chris Van Hollen to visit occupied Kashmir to see the situation first-hand there. The first T20 of the three-match series between Pakistan and Sri Lanka is being played in Lahore today. And now the news in detail. President Arif Alvi has urged the world community to recognize the state terrorism that India is perpetrating in occupied Kashmir and against its minorities. In an exclusive interview with Radio Pakistan, he said the world cannot act as a silent spectator on the situation in the occupied Kashmir. He said curfew and communication blackout should be lifted and the media should be allowed to visit the valley. He also asked the Kashmiri people to send out the images of the Indian oppression. The president said Pakistan has always raised Kashmir disputes to all the international fora. Responding to a question about Pakistan's efforts to highlight the plight of Kashmiri people, the president said the strong voice raised by Pakistan in support of its Kashmiri brethren is now resonating and will have its impact on the world community. He said Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan and the Malaysian President Mahathir Mohamad have also voiced their concerns on the situation in occupied Kashmir. He thanked China, Turkey, Malaysia and other countries who supported the stance of Pakistan on Kashmir. He pointed out that there are 11 UN Security Council resolutions on Kashmir and solution of this festering dispute only lies in the aspirations of Kashmiri people. The president said the US President Donald Trump has repeatedly offered mediation, but India is not ready for it. He said if India is not ready for mediation, then it should sit with Pakistan and Kashmiris for the resolution of the dispute. Prime Minister Imran Khan says he understands the anguish of people of Azad Kashmir seeing their fellow Kashmiris in occupied Kashmir under an inhuman curfew for over 2 months. In a tweet today, he, however, said anyone crossing line of control from Azad Kashmir to provide humanitarian aid or support for Kashmiris' struggle will play into the hands of the Indian narrative. The Prime Minister said Indian narrative is to try to divert attention from indigenous Kashmiris' struggle against brutal occupation and label it as Islamic terrorism being driven by Pakistan. Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi says Prime Minister Imran Khan and an entire nation is standing with the Kashmiri people in their struggle of freedom. Addressing the first session of the National Zakaria Conference in Multan today, he said that we pray for the independence of Kashmir. The Foreign Minister said that negotiations for the settlement of Afghanistan issue are in progress and we wish success of dialogue. He maintained that Afghan people have suffered bloodshed for the long period, which should be ended now. In occupied Kashmir, normal life remains crippled due to continued military siege on 62nd consecutive day today. People continue to face immense hardships due to heavy presence of Indian troops in every nook and corner and suspension of means of communications. All shops, main markets and educational institutions continue to remain shut and public transport off the road in Kashmir Valley as a mark of silent protest against repeal of special status of Kashmir by Indian government. India has denied permission to top US Senator from Democratic Party Chris Van Hollen to visit occupied Kashmir to see the situation firsthand there. He is the first US congressman to have been denied permission by Indian government after repeal of special status of occupied territory on August 5. He called upon Indian government to fully restore telecommunications and internet services, lift its lockdown and curfew, and release individuals detained after abrogation of special status of occupied Kashmir. European Union has rejected a British request to hold Brexit talks this weekend. EU Commission spokeswoman Natasha Berthaud has quoted as saying by Sky News that Johnson's new Brexit proposals do not provide any basis for finalizing a separation agreement. In Afghanistan, 50 Taliban militants have been killed in a government forces ground and air strikes at their hideouts in Baharak district of Takhar province over past 3 days. The first T20 of the three-match series between Pakistan and Sri Lanka will be played in Lahore today. The match will start at 6:30 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and also watch live streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/radio, Pakistan News Official.